Since the beginning, the fitness industry has always been laden with lies. Even way back in the day, you had bodybuilders that are literally taking grams of steroids, selling you these natural testosterone boosters or these special forms of protein powder that are going to get you jacked. Now, as time progressed and with the revolution of the internet, we're exposed to so much more information compared to magazine ads. While there's now a vast amount of amazing fitness creators spreading just pure epic information, the internet has also gave way to complete scammers and honestly just a whole lot of bullshit. Now, while you and I are smart enough to see through things like doctors hate this simple trick, this one drink burns 10 pounds of belly fat, there's still plenty of crap propagated by modern fitness influencers that I see their fans fall for. And I am no different. When I got in the gym, I was trying to absorb every fitness YouTube video I could find, but typically only took it serious if the guy was absolutely shredded and somehow managed to maintain that body fat percentage all year while putting on muscle. So I've had my fair share of nonsense put into my brain as well, but this is what I think are the biggest lies currently from fitness influencers. The first one honestly personally triggers me, and that is, you don't need to bulk, just main gain, bro. As much as I want to give you an exact definition on what main gaining is, it seems like the influencers propagating it change the definition depending on who they're talking about. But what the main theme is that you aren't bulking as in you're not putting on any extra body fat, but you're still building muscle. Why isn't everyone doing this? What's the point of bulking and getting chubby to cut if you can just stay lean year round, put on pounds of muscle? Because it does not work that way. The idea of main gaining is basically the perfect recipe for plateauing. Even though it took me years to understand that I wasn't eating enough and how to eat enough, I am so lucky that I did not come across this idea of main gaining in my starting stages of lifting. Because after a year, I would have looked back on my progress and been like, why did I only gain a pound? I was a skinny kid and I needed to bulk. Luckily, the people I was watching at the time said that bulking is good. What's funny enough is I still went periods of main gaining on accident. I've gone through many phases where I was straight up plateaued because I wasn't eating enough. However, I wasn't eating too little that I was losing weight. My weight was staying the same. I was main gaining. And you want to know what's funny? I didn't make any crazy muscle gains, and my strength didn't improve much on anything. Oh no, well you were doing it wrong. You're supposed to eat like a 50 to 100 calorie surplus. What the hell is even that? Eating in a sub 100 calorie surplus is impossible to track. You do not burn the same amount of calories every day. In my opinion, the only people that can main gain are people that are enhanced because they are taking PEDs that, even if their calories are around maintenance, the PEDs will cause them to be more anabolic and to put on muscle. I think the main reason main gaining is so popular, besides certain voices in the industry propagating so hard for it, is that a lot of people are insecure about bulking because for a lot of skinny guys, their abs are all they have, and they don't want their abs to go away, even if that means their arms are going to stay toothpicks for the next 3 years. Like mine did. Now, are there certain people that can go through a period where they do gain muscle and their body fat percentage goes down? Yes, but typically that's only experienced with newbie gains, typically with fatter people. But in reality, what you need to do is go through proper phases of bulking, cutting, maintenance / deload phases, mini cuts if you're interested in that, which is all broken down in my fitness course. And then maybe after like 8+ years of training where you've built the physique that you want, then it's like, okay, I want to maintain this. But that's not 99% of the audience that these people are talking to when they talk about main gaining. The next big lie is, just take this supplement, bro. Just take this turkesterone, this ecdysterone, bro. Now, while there's been plenty of crappy testosterone boosters, overpriced protein powders, overpriced creatines, I'm going to use something that's pretty recent, and that is the turkesterone and ecdysterone craze. Now, if you haven't heard of these, essentially what they are is these plant steroids that there was some studies that they affect estrogen in a certain way, and they're somewhat, maybe, perhaps comparable to an actual oral steroid, but without any of the negative side effects associated with steroids. So, of course, everyone is like scrambling to buy this. Everyone's promoting it. The biggest companies are coming out with a Turk or ecdysterone product. And then you start hearing stories from kids that are like, oh, I hopped on turkesterone and my bench went up 15 pounds and I'm gaining weight. And you could argue, oh, some people react to things and some people don't. Sure. But in reality, you know what it looks like? The placebo effect. The kids get their magic pills and they take it and they're like, oh, I got the magic pills, so I need to train super hard and eat a lot of food to like get my worth out of it. And since the placebo effect is going on, they go in their bench and they're just like, oh, whoa, 10 more pounds was added to my bench press in a week because of these magic pills. When in reality, they had that within them the whole time. But honestly, my biggest beef with this isn't with the actual effects of the pills, if there was any. Rather, how ridiculously expensive they were. Essentially, what all the companies seem to do is that you can buy a bottle, and you get maybe 60 days worth a capsule a day. And everyone that ran these cycles and had these results are like, oh yes, but you need to take 5 to 6 capsules a day. So for a proper cycle of these plant steroids, you need to buy 5 to 6 bottles. Each bottle was like $60. So it makes sense why all these influencers were pushing it so hard, because they were making bank off subscription, because people were dropping bags on this. I mean, there was even a point where people were, because it was selling out, people were reselling it on eBay for double the price per bottle. But you know what convinces me most that it's BS? Is that nobody talks about it anymore. There was this huge craze, everyone was promoting it, all these awesome claims about it, and yet over a year later, nobody's talking about it. Sure, it was expensive, but some people could afford it. So if all these benefits were happening, why aren't people just keep buying it and keep taking it? What seems to me is that the honeymoon phase with the placebo effect wore off. I didn't even mention this, but back during that time, I actually did try turkesterone. I was taking 5 capsules a day. Nothing happened. The third lie has been around for a while and is still extremely popular to this day. If it fits your macros, bro. Yeah, just as long as it fits your macros and your calories, eat whatever you want. Get all your carbs from ice cream and sugar, who cares? For an industry that's supposed to be fitness, which involves health, this is fitness influencers completely ignoring health. What these guys tell their fans is that as long as you're hitting your protein, fat, and carb intake for the day, whether you're bulking or cutting, it doesn't matter what you eat. Telling all their followers to eat the ice cream, eat the pizza, eat the fast food, eat the processed foods, drink the soda. You're in a certain range, you're good. What they don't mention is the slew of health issues that can come if you're eating a bunch of processed food, a bunch of inflammatories, spiking your insulin with too much sugar, eating certain foods that trash your gut microbiome, which that alone will cause so much health problems. And often these trash foods cause disruptions in your hormone system, meaning you could experience certain hormones being lowered, certain ones being raised, meaning you could be getting worse results from the gym because of these foods that you're eating, even if it's the exact same macros, bro. And there are so many fitness influencers that do this, and honestly, this is just so irresponsible to their fans. It's one thing to do it and say, all right guys, this is what I do, it works for me, it keeps me happy, whatever. It's another thing to recommend it to your followers and say, oh, it's fine as long as you're eating in this certain range of food, eat whatever food you want. It's like telling someone to put 87 octane in their Ferrari because it's the same amount of gallons of gas, bro. Now, the one semi-caveat I would have about this is that if you are eating in a deficit, you can get away with actually eating a little more trashy foods. And that's because, especially if you're obese, the health benefits from being in that deficit outweigh the health problems caused by the crappy food. But regardless, it is always more optimal and beneficial both for your health and your fitness goals to be eating most of the time whole foods, foods that are good for your gut, foods that keep your hormones in balance. If you do see fitness influencers condoning that, just understand that they are prioritizing the quick dopamine from the crap foods and whatever sugar, junk food addictions they have over optimizing for fitness and health. Number 4, tough pill to swallow. You can look like them. When I started getting into the gym, I was exposed to so many guys on YouTube and Instagram that had what I would consider my dream physique. And based off what I saw from their transformations and their journeys, if you would have asked me, oh, Kenny, how long do you think it'll take for you to look like that? I would have been like, oh, maybe 2 years. And obviously that's not the case. But seeing these guys and their insane physiques, their insane progress just fueled my delusion and my expectations. And honestly, it just set me up for disappointment. Now, do not get me wrong. You have the capacity to have an amazing transformation, build an amazing physique that will earn you the respect of men, the attention from women. You can become strong. You can become happy in your own body. And if you put the work in, look better than the majority of men out there. However, for 99% of guys, achieving a physique just like them is simply not in the equation. And here's why. First one is, there's a good chance that their transformation was not actually natural. As someone in the fitness industry, with friends in the fitness industry, you learn some things about people. And you'd probably be surprised how many kids are taking PEDs. I mean, look at Liver King, lied for a couple years about being natural. Sure, the truth came to light, but it doesn't matter. He sold probably tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in supplements. And beyond that, not even just fitness influencers, there's plenty of regular kids who are taking SARMs, pro hormones, or even actual steroids just because they want instant gratification and results from their fitness journey, or they might be doing it for a school sport such as football. Trust me, it's much more rampant than you think. You can probably go to the mom and pop supplement store, and under the counter, they have every pro hormone and SARM imaginable. That does not mean do it, do not do it. Now, don't get me wrong, there are are plenty of natural people that look insane, but you have to understand that they are genetic anomalies. Their bodies react so well to training that they can skate by with subpar or even fully neglected diets. I'm sure a lot of us know that guy that eats like crap, 50 grams of protein a day, and they look better than we ever will. The last lie I got for you is that you need their coaching. Now, don't get me wrong, there are tons of great fitness coaches out there. And for certain people, it actually is necessary. Bodybuilders, athletes, people who make so much money and value their time at such a high amount that they don't want to spend the time learning about the stuff. They'd rather just pay a crazy premium and have someone tell them exactly what to do. However, as time progresses, it's starting to seem like the majority of fitness influencers offer this one-on-one coaching. Most are not truly knowledgeable on the nuances of fitness, and they'll either tell you how to do exactly what they did or give you just some cookie cutter programs that you could have found on Google. This is actually one of the reasons why I decided to drop a fitness course, because instead of being like, oh, for $500 a month, I'll turn you skinny to fit and just slowly drop my information into you over a long period of time. It's just a one-time purchase. You get all the information you need in terms of nutrition, supplementation, training, mindset, sleep, and you'll come out of it with all the tools and information to do it all yourself. Anyways, another thing about a lot of these coaches is that their marketing is just straight up lies. They'll say things like, I'll give you the celebrity secret they don't want you to know about, or here's how blank actor got fit for his role. The classic one I see a lot is along the lines of, I'm looking for 5 clients who want to lose 15 pounds in 15 days while building muscle. If you lost 15 pounds in 15 days, you are not building muscle, my guy. But the people more new to the gym will actually fall for this because they'll hire them, the coach will put them on some crazy restrictive diet, they will lose a bunch of water and some fat, and they look more defined. And because of that new definition, they're like, oh, I put on muscle, I look more defined. I understand marketing and getting attention, but if you are straight lying and under-delivering on the value, you don't deserve to be a coach. So those are what I feel to be the biggest lies in the industry right now, but if you can think of other ones or have anything to add on these, please leave a comment below. I know my arms don't look like anything crazy, but they actually used to be so much smaller. So if you're interested in exactly how I was able to finally grow my arms, consider clicking this video on the screen right now. That's all I got for you. I hope you learned something. Bye-bye.